Oh, future me, digital me. What up? What up, y'all? Uh, it's earlier than I usually get up. I would I would have gone back to sleep. Tried to go back to sleep. I want to say something where I forget it. I'll put it out into the ether. And yay! Seems like I pulled a muscle or something. This is another one of those. Since I'm poor and have no connections, uh, I'm giving it to the world. I dreamed. Oh, fucking bug. I didn't dream a bug. It's right there. Now it's dead. Mm. Anyways, so I guess it wasn't dead. Great. Anyway, fucking bugs. Dreamed a movie idea. So here it is. For you. You're just gonna have to kind of bear with me. How did MLB? Whatever. Sorry, I'm still waking up, so my attention is kind of just floating. It's very distracting. And I got a screen in front of me, so, bright lights and all. Uh, there's a guy, and, you can work it however you want, but I'm going to guess somewhere around maybe anywhere between 29 and 40, whatever. And kind of that. It's like this kind of life, this kind of time where it's like life is just like, not doing anything. I'm just working and whatever. You have nothing really. Do you understand what I'm getting at? You're just working and you have the guy has no real social life or whatever. Maybe a little bit on the internet, but no, nothing at any work, nothing after work. Work sucks. It's just paying bills and stuff. Maybe the guy is doing a little education, but just in general, it's like life is shit because it's this era of civilization. So the guy is like juggling whatever he's carrying. I think in the dream it was for some reason like a backpack with stuff. I don't know what the fuck. It was pretty full of stuff, whatever the fuck. And this is where it gets very symbolic and representative. They had one of those big 44-ounce cups of soda, the big ones that they're big enough where they start to get kind of problematic to carry, especially in a city. So it's coming up to one of the big crosswalks. And it's like, okay, I'm going. And all the things are ready for him to go. And right when he's like 8, 10 feet away, they change so he can't go. It's like, fuck. You gotta wait. And the cup is like, you take a sip and then like it jangles and I'm trying to like steady everything. And the lid is like popping off as they sometimes do, because as many times as you get those, and as expert as you are at securing them, sometimes you fuck it up and they're popping off. And it's a little bit of a windy day. I don't know, maybe it's Chicago, something like that. And it keeps on kind of popping off while he's doing this. Well, it's in the middle of the light cycle. It's popping off and he's doing it, so he's getting distracted. This fucking thing is popping off. So, he's got one hand holding it, so he's only got one hand to do this. If you know about these things, the best way to get him is to set the thing down. Set the thing down and run your fingers around them at the same time. And that's the technique for getting it on. But to do it one-handed is like, the part that's not secure will just kind of keep moving around. And you can do it, but it gets a little tricky. So while he's doing this, and then the lights change. And they changed at the fucking wrong time. He missed it, and so he's like, shit, I gotta go. And then the lid comes off a little more, and then he's like juggling it, and he's trying to, everything is getting fucked, and the entire lid and straw get blown off. Boom, in street. And since the light changed, well, he was not paying attention. A car goes and drives over the lid, but it doesn't run it over. It just, the lid is like there and runs over it. So it's not fucked up. It's just, you can't get it. You just can't get it, you can't get it, you can't get it, you can't get it, you can't get it. And it keeps creeping back and back and back and back because of the way that cars drive over it. The pole wind or whatever. And then finally, the lights change and he can go, except the last car that stops, the lid's stuck under the car. So you have to wait for the next cycle. Right? So we do that, and finally the process begins again. The first car goes, right? And he bends down and he's about to get it. And then one car goes up and just barely blocks him from getting the lid. And it stops. And it's like, and the car's like, what? He's waiting for him to go. And he's like, just go and get it. And the car's like, what? And he's like, what? Go. Doing this battle and stuff. And this whole shit goes on. This whole scene and process takes like, I don't know, 6-10 minutes. This whole interchange to get the fucking lid for the fucking cup takes seriously an absurdly long time. And he manages to accomplish it without spilling soda or anything. It's a delicate dance. And finally, with some serious traffic guard coordination between him directing some of the cars and stuff, you know, pointing out, you know, making sure what everybody knows about the situation without screaming out any words. Everybody's like, okay. He finally gets the lid and he looks at the lid and the straw. And now, since you're the watcher of the film, right, you can see, and because of all the grime in the street, and because it's been on the street and cars have gone over it, it's all covered in shit. And he looks at it, he looks at his drink, and then he looks at like the person in the car, and then the guy just, what the guy does is he just throws his drink like on the street, not in front of the car or anything, but since it's on a curb, and he just kind of just throws it down, like not overhand, just kind of just like whatever, just kind of throws it down like with a fuck it. And then you can see because traffic's gone, you can see just in the peripheral of the camera, there's a semi coming And the guy just steps off and he just backs into the view of the semi and just gets hit, and the semi manages to brake some. It brakes a little bit, but the guy gets hit. He doesn't die though. The other gentleman that he managed to lock eyes with in the car that I was talking about, he gets out and shout out to Dr. Mike. You know who you are. He's doing chest compressions and any CPR if needed, because, and he's telling, because the semi driver is out of his truck now, he's shouting at the semi guy, call 911, call 911. And from there on, it's a metropolitan city, so I don't know what the response time is usually in there, but I'm gonna say 5 minutes ish. They come, and artistic license, you can either fast forward to that or whatever. You can do with that whatever you want. They come, and I want to say at this point, the dream ended at the point of, I don't know, somewhere when the guy couldn't get his lid, when the lid was trapped under the car at the stop line. But anyways, going back to that, my thought is the Good Samaritan doing the chest compressions. Once the ambulance comes and stabilizes him and starts taking him to the hospital. My point from there on, my thing is that Good Samaritan follows to the hospital and is very adamant to, and I don't know if you can do this in real life. I'm pretty sure you can't, but because movie, the guy is very demanding that he knows who the John Doe is, and he ends up forcing his way into the not the surgery and stuff, but the recovery room, and just blah blah blah. They become friends. You can add a whole, you do your work, Hollywood thing. So they're friends. My spiel is they're friends, and maybe that Good Samaritan guy, you know, they're friends for a while, maybe 5 years, something like that. And the Good Samaritan guy ends up, you know, he gets married and he and his wife, they move because say he gets another job and they move and everything. And you know, his friend is like, I'm glad for you and everything, and that's all good. And they start a new life, and his friend is, you know, by then his friend probably has a job too and everything. And the movie looks, you know, pretty much concluded and everything. And then yeah, that guy kills himself. And it's important, I must say, that the guy kills himself. Very important that the guy kills himself, I think. I can't stress that enough. The movie must have a very shocking and horrible ending. Very depressing. Because that's the point. It must like depress the viewer and almost piss them off. Um, yeah. So there you go. That's my little thing for you, Hollywood. Um, Anybody that wants to make it can go ahead and make it. Again, anybody ever sees the video, which no one will, but you know, whatever. This is boobs out. Peace.